Hello everyone, welcome back to another creepypasta. Sorry, it's been a couple of days since I uploaded my last creepypasta, but I'm coming back with a classic, straight up banger. This one is a long-awaited sequel to the Micheal McIntyre Cursed Hello Wembley 2009 DVD from CEX. Now, the original one was a classic, but it had like such a twist ending. I'm not sure where they could go from there, but without further ado, I'm going to read this second one. It's called Micheal McIntyre Curse 2, The Revenge of James Corden, Creepypasta. Well, let's get right into this scary tale. I wonder what awaits her. I'm really scared, to be honest, but I'll read it for you guys. You know, I'm always pulling through, you know what I mean? It had been 5 years since we brought the cursed Micheal McIntyre Hello Wembley DVD. Me and my good buddy old pal Jamie, who still wishes to remain anonymous, so let's call him Jack Arter, hadn't spoken since that day due to him being in intensive therapy, and I'd been busy with my multi-level marketing job at Avon. The fateful days sometimes came back to me when I'm having a slow day of running my own business, thinking of the horrifying images that were displayed, thinking of that random cat that showed up out of nowhere, but most of all, thinking of that image of James Corden. I'd spent sleepless nights thinking about that, night terrors, hallucinations of a man that's not really redeemable by any inherent character traits, but more so the connections he has for whatever reason. One day, I got home from my long shift of being a successful business owner, 25 old people and single mothers scammed. I was ready to relax. I immediately started flicking through my A4 binder filled with porn I printed off the internet. My printer sucked balls though, so I can't see much, but it was enough for a hard-working man like myself. I was thinking of what Marvel movie I wanted to watch when I heard something posted through my letterbox. I was so giddy and jumped up in the air. I assumed this would be my new anime Funko Pop I brought, but to my disappointment, it was just a handwritten letter from my extremely ill grandfather. I read the letter. Dear protagonist, I like to call myself protagonist because I feel like a cool video game character. I'm writing to you because I don't have much time left. I heard rumors about your encounter with that sick, twisted DVD many a year ago, and I believe I had a similar experience to you, which led to my worst condition. A few months back, when I was still out and about, I purchased a lot of VHSs from some goth at a car boot sale. It contained all the classics: Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, Spider-Man, etc. However, there was one more tape in there, without a label. Naturally, I watched this one first, as I wanted to know if I accidentally just picked up some junk with my find. But it wasn't that at all. It was the most It was the most horrific thing I've ever watched in my 70 to 80 years of being alive. His handwriting started to become shaky now. It was James Corden. I can't speak anymore, but please go back to my home and destroy it for me now. Love, Grandad. Holy shit, I don't remember ordering a Yappuccino, I thought to myself. But I was even more confused. Why the fuck would he start explaining the tape only to immediately say he can't, dumbass? Anywho, looks like I have to do this as no one else is gonna do it. I thought the only reason I survived fully last time was because Jamie was with me. The only lasting impact left on us was him being in intensive therapy. He has to join me again. Who cares if he's in therapy for another 5 years? We live in the UK, and it's not like he has to pay. So the first time in 5 years, I hit up Jamie on my phone. I proceeded to explain everything to him, and he had a long pause before saying, "You literally did not make sure I was okay at all. You hid yourself away in your room playing Mega Man 2, and the only mention of me in the story was written for YouTube. And it wasn't even accurate. I did not have tonsillitis, so no, I will not be helping you with this, and don't hit me up ever again." I thought long and hard about my response. Everything he said was true after all, but after the longest 30 seconds of my life, I finally blurted out, "Do it or no balls." And just like that, I had Jack Arter back with me. When we arrived at my granddad's house, the place reeked of cleaning detergent, and as Jamie walked in, a wooden beam decked the cunt in the face. He let out some Tom and Jerry-ass scream, and I proceeded to laugh at him for a couple minutes. After that, I walked into the living room where he had his tape collection set up. His prized possession, I thought, looked about £15 worth on eBay. I asked Jamie to help me find the tape, but he was too busy rapping over some pop songs he downloaded from YouTube, so I just looked for the tape myself, which took like a fucking hour. It was a black tape with no label on it. Really boring, to be honest. Finally got Jamie to stop rapping so we can destroy it. Or so I thought. I spoke up. We survived the first one, so me thinks we should watch this one just fine. Jamie looked at me like I was some kind of fucking alien, but said that we could probably flip a coin or something, so I whipped out a coin and got to work. Heads, we destroy it, no questions asked. Tails, we watch the tape. I flipped the coin, it flew in the air beautifully. In that moment it was like the coin was in slow motion, and watch it spin. Heads, tails, 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 heads, tails. It made a dramatic splat on my hand. Tails it was. Whoop. It looked like we had no choice but to watch the tape. Jamie ran to the shop and bought us both rotisserie chickens for the occasion, and we sat back in my granddad's crappy recliners to relive our nightmares. Then I stood up and actually put the tape into the player and quickly ran back to my seat. The tape whirred and whirred, then the stream showed us a glimpse of what's to come. It was James Corden comedy routine, but it was painfully unfunny. Jamie immediately killed me and himself in a murder-suicide. I'm typing this from beyond the grave. This all happened to be an elaborate prank from my granddad. See you in hell, chuckle fugs. Do I have to say it? Wow, that was a fucking amazing story. That ending was emotional. It made me think about life a lot, and just like the way that like life and like things like exist, you know what I mean? It's like fucking mental, you know, like James Corden, like you wouldn't understand like when you're in a world where you're like playing chess and not checkers, but sometimes you do decide to play checkers, but you realize you're just playing with losing cards. It's something to think about. It's something to leave you with, and I think the protagonist in here, he prefers being called protagonist, by the way, so make sure you call him protagonist. He felt real and grounded, and like the protagonist felt like an extension of yourself, you know what I mean? Beat break. But yeah, it's like, imagine a VHS tape, video games, capitalism, all of that. A story in 5 parts, like 5 years, 5-year gap,